What is up, guys? It's been a minute since I've made a video. Just been very busy. Got a new job, going through another academy, or going through the first academy right now. I don't sleep a lot. I don't have a lot of time, but I do have today off, so I thought I'd make a video on my 10.5 that's been on the channel before, but has had a lot of changes, even another coat of spray paint, because I like to spray paint things. So I'm gonna go over this gun like I haven't talked about it before. Main gun is essentially the same, been the same for a long time, but we have a BCM upper with a Geissele Mark 8 rail. Spikes lower that I've had for maybe 6, 7, 8 years, a long time. One of my first actual uppers I've bought. I've just been using it ever since. You know, it's not super fancy and it's not super cheap. You know, but it's all right and it's worked. I mean, it's a lower. They do fine. As long as the specs are good, you'll be fine. So, running the Geissele SSAE trigger still. Love it. It's a 2-stage trigger. I'm a big fan of 2-stage triggers. Same one. Geissele supercharging handle. Magpul Pro backup sights, the non-plastic-y ones. I actually like these. I'm not a big fan of backup iron sights, but I do like these. They're very nice. I shot with them and had some fun. I like them. Running the backup iron sights because I'm now running a Neotech. Got rid of the Comp M4 because, you know, I want something a little bit newer. Nothing wrong with the Comp M4. It's a bomber of an optic. They're awesome. I mean, you can get them pretty cheap on eBay and used. But for me, I was getting kind of jelly because some of my friends and their EOTechs, you know, I started to look through them and shoot with them. And their EOTechs are just nice. Like this big window, the donut ring of death, target acquisition is great. You know, but I'm a big fan of that big window, that big field of view through the chonky EOTech. So I wanted to get one and play around with it for a little while. So not wrong with the aim point. Actually, with the aim point Comp M4, because it's such a long cylindrical tube, at nighttime, whether you're using a light or not, when you're looking through that at nighttime, everything appears darker because of that long tube. Kind of sucks. You don't really notice those things unless you go out and shoot at night, and it's one of the things I noticed is, you know, looking through that optic at nighttime kind of sucks. But with this, it's awesome. So run the EOTech now. I know the battery life is not like an aim point, but if you keep up with your batteries and you have brain cells, you can just put new batteries in before they die. I personally write the date on a piece of tape on the actual EOTech, so after a certain time, I'll throw a new battery in. And if I know I'm gonna be out, you know, doing something, whether it's taking a course or something's going on, I can go ahead and put a new battery in just to top her off. It's not a big deal. Guys have been using EOTechs, you know, and slotting dudes for a very long time. So I don't think I'll be killed in the streets because I'm running an EOTech. Also, if you don't like that it's not constantly on and you can't figure out how to press this button when you grab it because it's under stress, maybe you shouldn't own a gun or something, because this is a button, that's a button, that's a button. Just when you pick up your rifle, press it. Magic. It's very easy. I have a very tense job sometimes where you have to still do your job when, you know, you're under stress or something's going on. You have to do tasks and be able to talk clearly on the radio, and it's fine. The more you train, the more you get used to things, you'll be fine. So if someone's breaking into your house and you grab your AR that has an EOTech on it, you're not gonna die because you have to sit there and figure out how to turn it off. Just give it a press. Just give it a press, or at nighttime, just turn it on and leave it. It has a 6-hour, you know, shut off period, which I don't like shut off periods. I wish I could just keep it on until it dies, but it does automatically shut off after 6 hours. You can just turn it on before you go to sleep. When you wake up, you can just turn it on or off, whatever. It'll eventually shut off though at 6 hours. If you're getting more than 6 hours of sleep in your life, well, that's just you not using your time wisely. I don't know. But no, I'm not gonna die because I have an EOTech that has not very good battery life. But I do tape some CR123s on the back of my brace. The only reason I'm running a brace now. So I do have the EOTech now. I like it. I don't know if I had this in the last time I talked about this. I think I had the Mini Scout, but have the full-size Scout, the long boy. So Surefire Scout, this is the Pro model, so it has a little swivel. This mount is awesome. It's a key light for using lasers because you can adjust everything to the finest detail. So I can get this thing as close as my laser as possible without, pressing up against it. And it's awesome. When you're using a standard Surefire that doesn't have the swivel mount, you gotta buy different mounts that you can't adjust. It's either a 45 or it's either an inline or maybe raises it a little bit. Being able to get this thing as close as possible is nice. So these are a must when you're running lasers. It's pretty awesome. So running that, no pressure bags. I do not like pressure pads. The laser is a D-ball Steiner. It's tan. That's why I wish my EOTech was tan. It looked aesthetically pleasing. But running a D-ball now, but I did fuck up something when I bought this Steiner. This is not an illuminator. This is the IR laser, and this is a visible laser. I thought this was the illuminator and then the IR laser. And visible laser were slaved right there, and then that was your illuminator. I was too excited because I was buying a new laser, so I didn't double check. And now I have a laser again without an illuminator, kind of like my Purse 4 or 3, what I have out of 4. So it's actually why I got rid of my 4. My Purse 4 was to get an illuminator, and I bought this and realized I didn't get the right one. But it's tan, and that makes up for it. It looks cool. But it does work great under night vision. I don't really have any issues with, illumination at nighttime, but I'll probably get like a Surefire Vampire or something, but then I'd have to probably run a tape switch, and I don't want to do that. So I just live with it. I'm not doing anything at nighttime that's super, super serious. So I will live without the illuminator, but I did want one. I messed up. So new laser. That's why I have this EOTech on a mount. This one's a Yankee Hill machine mount. It was like $30, $40. Rises it up so I can see over it because the Steiner is super high. That's one of the downfalls of this thing. They're well priced at like $700 to $800, but they're just a little high, so you're gonna have to run a riser. I was playing with it for a little while without the riser, and it was a no. It was a no for me, dog. So put it on a riser, I can see right above it now, so it's pretty awesome. I think that's pretty much it for all the little features of this gun. Now, and a T-Rex arm sling, running a sling, and then the Magpul K grip. But and no bad lever, because I've been getting that thing stuck. We're wearing kit a little bit more, and I started having my bad lever just kind of depress itself. So if I'm going from rifle to pistol and I bring this up, sometimes it'll hit something or it snagged on something, and then my bolt goes home. So I took that off. But some people ask me why I haven't made like a recce build, or why not go with a 13.7 or 12.5, the do-it-all gun, because I don't need that. So the reason I went with a 10.5, and I've gone with a 10.5 for so many years, is because I no longer live in an area where there's just woods and mountains and trees, and it's not the lifestyle I live anymore. I live in like a suburban / city area, and anything that could be far away, there's always something closer covering it. So distance isn't really, something to worry about. Everything's pretty close. So I don't really need magnification. So that's why I haven't made like a recce build or something. That's why this is my only rifle, and this is set up the way it is, because it fits my personal needs in my personal environment. So this thing lives inside of cars, small buildings, things like that. That is what it's used for. Now, can I reach out and smack something at a couple 100 yards with an EOTech? Yeah, it's super easy. You don't even need a lot of skill to do these kind of things. But magnification definitely helps identify targets and, help you see a little bit, further, but you can get the job done at a couple 100 yards with your EOTech. And if we're talking about self-defense, anything past like 10, 20 yards is probably gonna hurt you in court if you're taking self-defense shots at 100 yards. So I do not have a recce build because it just doesn't fit my needs. I have no need for one, but they are cool. I would love to build one, but I also can't afford to to build one. I can't, this gun is expensive as it is. It took me a couple of years to build this out. I can't do that with a whole nother build. Because I don't like cheap things. I don't want to put like a primary arms 1-6 on. I would want like a Vortex. I just ate pizza pockets. Sorry, I'm burping. But yeah, I just don't have a purpose to build out, a recce build. I don't do any recon. So yes, that is pretty much it for a little update on the 10.5. It's basically the same, just a couple of new features. Hope you enjoyed this video going over all the little things I just added to my 10.5. And I hope you guys have a good day. I'm gonna try to make videos every Sunday. Doesn't mean every Sunday they'll come out, but I'll be able to try to film one every Sunday. I also don't have a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm not that interesting. So maybe next video will be like my new gun belt setup. I think the last time I did a video on a gun belt, I had like my Condor belt. Good little belt for really cheap monies, but I have a nice one now. So maybe we'll do a belt setup video next. So hope you enjoyed. Have a good day. I'm gonna go play around with night vision in a couple of hours when it gets dark.